But first, President Obama, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, and Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid all got body slammed today. A federal judge declared not just part, but their entire national health care law is unconstitutional. Judge Roger Vinson declared Congress exceeded its authority by forcing Americans to buy health insurance. Judge Vinson's decision is the second ruling by a federal judge declaring the individual mandate unconstitutional, but the first judge to go one step further and throw the entire health care law out. The Florida lawsuit is also the biggest one out there, brought on by mostly Republican governors and attorneys general from 26 states. If you don't think this is huge, listen to the states: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Michigan, Mississippi, Nebraska, Nevada, North Dakota, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, Washington, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi joins us live. Good evening.
Good evening, Greta.
That was not just a little bit of a victory, but it looks like you had a huge victory. Am I wrong?
No, we had a huge victory. You're right. We had a huge victory today. We're all excited, all 26 of our states, and of course Oklahoma and Virginia, who have their independent lawsuits going as well. So there's 28 of us total, and we are very, very pleased with Judge Vinson's ruling. Greta, it wasn't only a scholarly ruling, it was very complex, but it was also very simple. And what it said is that the federal government cannot trample on our rights.
All right, as an aside, I always like rulings that I thought went my way, so I'm going to tease you about that one. So, of course, you like the ruling and think it was well written.
Right.
All right, now, will you oppose if the federal government is willing to go directly to the United States Supreme Court and bypass the Court of Appeals? Because time really is of the essence, and everyone knows this is going to be decided by the Supreme Court.
It is, and I have 25 other states to consult with, and we will be doing that tomorrow. Having that very discussion. We needed the ruling first, of course, before we could make that decision, but I agree, time is of the essence, and that is certainly something that we will be closely looking at and reviewing tomorrow.
All right, now this, declaring the entire statute unconstitutional, which is why it's so big, it's different from just simply the mandate. Those states that are not members of the lawsuit, the ones who aren't part of the 26, this applies to them as well?
Well, that's certainly our argument, that it applies to the entire country, but certainly it does to the 26 states involved in this lawsuit, as well as the National Federation of Independent Business, who joined in our lawsuit, and they're playing a very, very big part in our lawsuit. And yes, what the court ordered that it was that it was non-severable and that it was inextricably bound. And so that means if one portion of it fails, the entire part fails. And that was the ruling that we were looking for.
Now, there's a lot of machinery as part of this health care law, setting up exchanges. States are beginning to get their move in that direction. Insurance companies, people making individual decisions. Does everything, at least in the state of Florida, does it just stop? I mean, do you make the assumption that this is over?
Well, that's certainly going to be our argument. We've been on the phone with the experts in every industry all afternoon. We just got this ruling late this afternoon, but that certainly is our argument. And as you said, time is of the essence because this is affecting our state financially, and it's affecting the entire country.
Attorney General Bondi, thank you very much for joining us.